Hey, looks like we are live. Just checking things out. Hope everything's making its way, sounding good, looking as good as it can sound. As a good, hey, there's Sal. As good as I can look, and as good as I can sound. Um, let's see. So welcome. It is a Monday night show. I said we wouldn't have anything unless there was some news, and there was some news. But first, as so many of you were probably woke up to when you opened up your email, you saw the latest MLB grift. And they are strong, strong, strong. Um, Military stuff, and I'm a huge fan of the military. Got a lot. Both two of my uncles actually served in the Pacific during World War II. My dad was in the Air Force for a bit. My uncle was in the Marine Corps. My father-in-law retired Navy submariner, so lots of military. But I'm tired of this stuff. This grifting that they're doing, they don't care. They're just using it to make money. You know, I'm wondering how much the government's paying for this. But hey, what can you do? I just gotta shout it out. The grift is strong with these. I like to joke about being a grifter, but I don't make anything off this. I just have a good time with everybody. So that's the grift of the day. To the good stuff. Let's talk about the one and only Michael Busch. So he is going to be called up to the Dodgers. He is allegedly in Pittsburgh already. He will be there to replace Max Muncy, which, I mean, kind of sucks losing Muncy. Let's be honest, that dude's on fire. But Max has a bouncing baby Muncy coming. So congrats to Max. And I guess we're also losing Bruzdar to the baby stuff. So he's got a bouncing baby bazooka coming. And then just a little update on Evan Phillips. Maybe that bereavement thing also was to help him get some more time with his baby. Let's hope that's the case. So, again, with childbirth, it's not always perfect. And so, definitely prayers for the Muncies, the Gratteralls, and the Phillipses. So, don't, if you're going to say a prayer for them or say a prayer, drop an amen, please, in the comments. Let them know, let us know that we're supporting our guys. So Michael Busch, who has played, let's see, I think it's 9 games at third base this year. Last year he played 13 in left field. Then the rest is between a lot of second base and then a little bit of first base. We know that he will not be playing first base unless there's a blowout, as the great Freddie Freeman occupies that position, and we are very fortunate to have him there. And then we've seen some, with Busch. Where does he go? I've stated many times, I wanted them to start playing him in left field all off season. I'm talking about that. I think that is the right position for him. I know we got Peralta, and that's cool. I mean, I want Peralta to do well, but the future is going to come someday. And oh gosh, way to go! Get that ugly background in there, as you can see. There's my green screen back there, or part of it. Let's see. There we go. A little better focus. Trying to line up here. And so Busch. The biggest problem with Busch is defensive position. I actually really like Vargas at second base. I got to be honest with you. I think that's the right spot for him. And people, I've already seen, hey, let's send Vargas down. Hey, let's send, who else? DFA Miguel Rojas or whatever. We are less than 25 or less games into the season? Or 23, whatever, 12 and 11, something like that. Gosh, how can I just don't, my brain just doesn't work as well as it used to. Let's check out, 12 and 11. So the 23 games. I'm going to do a little math. Let's see. 23 divided by 162 equals 14.2% of the games have been played. It is not time to give up on Miguel Vargas, Miguel Rojas, David Peralta, Jason Hayward, or any of those other guys. It's just, I want Busch to compete and get the chance to compete, and I think he can, and let him beat these guys out. But at the same time, they're paying David Peralta a real salary. It's kind of nice. The Cubs are paying for Hayward. And Hayward, hey, let's be honest, the guy hit the ball hard all weekend. Just really no luck. And so Hayward's been hitting well. Peralta's been hitting well. Their expected batting averages and slugging percentages is a lot higher than the actuals. That will even out. Hayward just looks, it's a little different. That swing is having him take the ball to center field. I just think Michael Busch needs a shot. We'll see what happens. Chatting with Doug McCain about what to do with, we got Mookie Betts playing short, which is cool. Hopefully he plays there a little bit more. Maybe open up a spot in the outfield. Who do we go get? Do we get an Andrew McCutcheon, who's, a guy on the end of it, or do we try to find somebody like a Brian Reynolds? Or is there some free agent out there, possible free agent there, at the end of 2023, or someone in a weird contract or something like that the Dodgers can get? The free agent class, the end of 2023 for outfielders is kind of horrid. There's not a lot of options. But I do think, getting some more bats in there wouldn't hurt. And maybe Michael Busch is one of them. That's the dream. But at the same time, we've got some guys that are doing okay. Hopefully Austin Barnes starts hitting again, or Mookie Betts going to have to start catching. Some other news, and it's all good. So Maddox Bruns was a PCL pitcher of the week. He had a 4-inning stint with no hits, 6 Ks. Yorbit Vivas was the AA, whatever division they are, Texas League, I believe they are, player of the week. And then Hunter Fiducia was the PCL AAA player of the week. All just thumping, doing really well. Let's take a quick look at what they've been doing over here. Let's go to our there's my the behind the scenes here. Jorbit. Let's go. Maddox was kind of easy. Jorbit Vivas. MILB. Again, as people know, not friendly with him. We've had some really good interactions with him. Oh, got some chats right on. Let's see. Let's hope. Yeah. The whole. Yeah. Yes. I'm with you, man. Yeah. I hope Michael Busch can stay somehow. I just hope they give him a shot. I think we need outfielders if we're going to move Mookie to short. That's the only thing. It's just another way to find a bat, and it's probably easier to find an outfield bat than a shortstop bat. But the question would be, does Mookie stay at shortstop? Is that the right place for him? Because he is the best outfielder, at least in right field in baseball, in terms of defense. He is amazing. So let's look at my man, Jorbit. He's now 22. Boy, they grow up fast. When I met him, he he's just 19, maybe 20. Let's look at the game logs, the last week for him. And you could see, so the home run column, wish they do better with this, is second to last over there. So he had 2, then 1 before, game before, crushing the ball, 2 for 3, 2 for 4, 2 for 4, 2. I mean, geez, come on. What about Paez? Time for him to be promoted, I think. I think that, yeah, and it's coming. Those promotions will be coming. I think they're going to give it another month. Pilarski's another guy. needs to go up. We'll see. There's going to be some more. Let's see. Yeah, Fiducia, man, he was so good in spring training. He's been good all year. This is from Elisheva. That's a really cool name, Elisheva Jones. Yeah, I did too. I actually got to finally meet him in spring training. He's a guy that really deserves to be playing. And the longer that Smith's been out, the worse it looks that they didn't bring him up, doesn't it? If it was supposed to be a 2-3 day thing, fine. But now it's been over a week. And you know how Fiducia, though, what he did? He went and took that and just pounded the heck out of the ball. And good for him. Let's find him. I can't spell him. I got these bifocals, so I'm still getting used to them. Hunter Fiducia. There's the short hair hunter, now the long hair hunter, and he's 25. The guy needs to freaking be up. Guy deserves to be in the major leagues, straight up. But he's been just killing it all year. But he just keeps raking. Look at those RBIs, 4, 4, 5. I think those are RBIs, yeah. So, I mean, come on. He just had a great year and just really showed up. He had, what was that? 9 total bases in a game, 6 total bases, 4. I mean, just putting up the numbers, and good for him. So on the season, he's batting really strong. This is a guy that has stepped it up and is improving. And my browser is being poo. Sorry about that. There it is. Here's a slash. He's batting 400. I think that's on base up there. Yeah, so average on base and slugging. So 400, on base 554, and slugging 775. The guy deserves to play. Yeah, Elisheva, is that right? Elisheva, is that close? You'd think they could see it. I think maybe they were just scared of putting a rookie in there with the pitchers. That's all I can think of. Or I think they also thought it was going to be short term. Now it's longer term. But, if Austin Barnes needs to take a couple weeks off, maybe because he's got a, quote, injury, that he can go work on some stuff. In a rehab assignment. Love to see him at Rancho. That's his home. Basically he's a Riverside guy. Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of Barnes. I think he's still super valuable defensively, and if it's Game 7 of the World Series, I kind of don't care about the bat. I want him back there with my pitchers. And I know Will's done better, but I think Austin Barnes is. I think he is the true captain of the team, and I believe he's future manager by far. I think he's really good. Forget that other guy, the guy that's in Boston. Okay, thank you on the pronunciation. Okay, cool. Just learning, trying to be better. So we'll see. I think Barnes provides some stability. Of course, Kirsch loves him, and we got to keep Kirsch happy. So that's fine. I don't think they get rid of him like they dumped AJ Ellis. But yeah, he does have to perform, or they find a quote injury for him, and we bring up Fiducia, because I'd like to see Fiducia get some playing time, and it's kind of too bad that this didn't work out to his advantage. Another guy that's been crushing it lately is the new leadoff hitter for your Tulsa Drillers. As expected, leadoff Larry. Dalton Rushing. He is not the prototypical leadoff hitter, but he's seeing better pitches now. So all of a sudden, he went from having no home runs to I think he's got. Let's go game logs. He's hitting the ball again, crushing the ball. So that's those home runs. No, those are walks. Home runs. 3 in the last 4 games. Yeah. On Will Smith's return, he's getting closer. They say he did travel with the team, but I don't even know if he plays in Pittsburgh. And it is a concussion. Man, I just put him on the real injured list. Bring up Fiducia, let him play, let him earn some stripes, and make sure that Will Smith is healthy. I mean, first of all, come on, it's Will Smith's health. Brain injuries and all that. It's not a quote brain injury. Sorry, that sounded really bad. Apologize for that. But a head injury of like that, it's a concussion, but it is a concussion. So we want to see him healthy. Dalton Rushing is crushing. Well, he did get off to a slow start. I mean, I'm sure he would admit that. But leadoff Larry is ready to go. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. It's kind of funny that Josh Thomas, Dodgers Digest, posted, the top. I can't remember some of the top statistics of players from each team, and 4 of them were catchers. So you've got Dalton Rushing, Hunter Fiducia, the great Yainer Fernandez, and my guy, Theron Laranzo, crushing the ball. And there's more guys coming. We know that Diego Cartaya is going to get going. We know that another guy starting to heat up is Jesus Galiz, which is really good to see. They also have Frankie Hernandez down there, and they got Jorge Puerto. Those are all catchers that are going to have to play other positions. Yeah, Sal, that's what I heard too about Will. It sounds like he's not till they come back to LA. So they comes back. Is it this weekend? Or do they man, I'm so out of touch. Sometimes it feels like. Let's see. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, they're back home. So maybe they're against the Cardinals. Ooh, Cardinals, that's going to be rough. But yeah, getting Will Smith healthy is just that. Concussions, folks. Let's just hope that he's healthy. And if he's healthy, he's one of our best players. Now, of course, let's be honest, I think they need to send him out to the minor leagues out at Rancho for a couple days, get his back going. But I'm probably not going to get my wish. But if I did, I think they're playing out at IE, I'd be all of a sudden needing to go out there. I'd head out there for a rehab trip from Will Smith, that's for sure. So let's, definitely need Will back. But yeah, the catching, we talked about this. The catching in the minor leagues is just loaded. There are more guys that are coming. They just have, just a plethora, and it's great. And watch this. Bold prediction. In the draft, their first pick is going to be a catcher. And the Dodgers don't care about that. They're going for quality. And they should. You can always work out trades in the future if needed. Injuries do happen. Things don't work out. But I think Diego is due pretty soon to really start smacking the ball. So much talent there, but there's a lot on him. He played a little more than half the year at Great Lakes, and then he's at Double-A, so it might be a little bit of a push. That's okay. There's no rush for Diego. The rush is let's get Will Smith back or get Hunter Fiducia in there. Or to be honest, let's make some moves. Let's make some moves and free up some playing time. Whether it's moving a couple prospects or moving a veteran, And I'm not talking about Muncy or Freeman or Will or anyone or Mookie obviously, but just maybe moving a guy here and there to open up a spot. But I don't know. I don't think they're going to do that. But maybe they move somebody and get some relief pitching. I mean, bullpen needs help. Nick Robertson, Mark Washington, they wait. But it just kind of like Hunter Vidusha, it just seems like there's some players that they don't have on their list of guys that they are ready to move up. But you never know. It did happen with Justin Brule and Darian Nunez in 2021. They found a way through, and so hopefully is needed because they got to replace Brewstar. So the question is, who's that going to be? There was one transaction today, the Jake Reed train of DFA outright to OKC, and he'll probably pitch tomorrow at OKC. Is back. Let me pull that one up there. There we go. The great Jake Reed. Hey, but you know what? It's really cool. The Dodgers take care of him. He seems to like it. And with the Dodgers, he did get that save last year against the Mets. That was still one of my favorite things, to see a guy just be dealing for years. There was also that guy, was Drew Magai or something like that, that got brought up by the Pirates after 15 years. 15 years of grinding. And so he made it. Let me check out, because I was Marco Hernandez had put it out on his IG, and Marco is the best. Him, and it just seems that some of these catchers, man, are that the Dodgers have are just outstanding human beings. I know Marco is no longer there. Yeah, it's Maggi. Let's see come on. Oh well. But yeah, he got called up, and so it's really cool to see that, and hopefully that guy gets some run. I know he's on the Pirates, so hopefully he doesn't do too well against the Dodgers. But props to him, and very excited to hear those stories. It's kind of, I still remember, was it back in the late 90s? I was just at work, and just hitting the internet real quick, and I saw this quick thing about this pitcher, older, in his 30s, and just reading through it, almost crying. I mean, the guy's my age. It was Jim Morris, as you know. He was the rookie, the famous rookie, and that was just a cool story. It's a matter of and baseball's hard, and to see those guys go. So, hey, let's see if there's anything else. Oh yeah. So Sal brings up a sore spot with me. Sal writes, and I could not agree more. I feel they're bringing back Gonsolin back too early. Still have a lot of games to play. Man, it sure feels like that. And they're saying 4 innings, so that means the bullpen gets worked. The problem is, of course, Gavin Stone struggled this year, and then Bobby Miller still hasn't laced him up yet. Ryan Papio is hurt. Michael Grove is hurt. These are all guys I was like, good Lord. And then Andre Jackson is, last couple outings have been rough. And they could bring up a scrub. Not a scrub, I hate saying that. A guy from AAA that's, one of those guys that's been in the major leagues before, and have him go out there, then DFA him after his start or two. But yeah, I'm hoping that they do that with Tony. It just seems sometimes they haven't handled him the best, and I worry about him because every year he's had some type of injury or something, it seems like. And he's very good when he's healthy, but it sounds like his velocity's not quite there yet. So let's hope that Tony's okay. Catman could go and fool him a bit with low 90s instead of mid 90s. But yeah, I worry about that too, Sal. That's a really, really good point. Thanks for pointing that out. That's why we do this. It's kind of, to talk about, see those types of things. But yeah, I thought for sure going into the season they would have, 5 starters, including, so it would have gone, of course, Julio, and then Desame, Clayton, Syndergaard, and those guys have all made their starts. And then they'd have Gonsolin, and then they'd have, backing them up, Pep, Grove, Miller, Stone, and Jackson. It's all kind of just falling apart. Really like to see somehow Andre step it up. He's probably going to get a good long relief role in one of these games, probably on Wednesday for Gonsolin if they have him ready, and I hope he's ready. I'd like to see him get it. I would have liked to have seen him get the start instead of Rush Gonsolin, though. That's for sure. Where does Busch play? Yeah, I don't think they're going to put. I can't see them putting Vargas at third. So the question is, do they play Vargas at third and then have Busch play second? To be honest, this year at least, Busch has played a lot more third base than Vargas has. I didn't see Vargas in spring training at third base once. He didn't play there at all even last year when he was brought up by the Dodgers. I think they've said he's not a third baseman. I wish they would have made that decision a long time ago. But Busch has been playing a lot of third base. I just feel bad. It's kind of like when the Dodgers said, "Hey, Gavin Lux, go down to AAA, learn how to play outfield, and you'll be back in another couple days, and you're gonna go out there and play outfield without having any training." And so Busch has literally played just 9 games in his career all this year at third base. Now, our girl, Dodgers Gale, was the first on this story about Michael Busch. She caught in spring training him playing third base, so he's probably getting some work there at third. But she's the only one that ever reported that. No one else talked about that. So he might not have been playing that much third, but now's the time for him. He is a good athlete. Let's see what we got. Yeah, well, it's got to be. Yeah, maybe, and that's a good point. So let's see. Alicia says, I read that Busch has recently been playing third base in preparation for this. That makes way too much sense. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't really put that together. Obviously they knew Muncy was going to be having a child, and they knew it was coming at a certain time. So maybe that's why they did it. Just too bad they didn't. They've known Muncy's. The Muncy's have had a baby coming for a long time, but I guess now's the time. Well, at the same time, they're probably going, well, they were thinking maybe Chris Taylor can cover. Well, Chris Taylor's hitting, he's not hitting my wife's weight. Or maybe, no, he's still more than that. But I'm not giving that away. But yeah, he's just not, he's not hitting. And it's a bummer. Taylor's one of the good guys. And just the swing looks terrible. He looks lost up there. Hopefully he can. Every once in a while he runs into one, then the Dodgers bat him fourth. Let's hope we don't see that again. It was kind of the weirdest thing I've seen from the Dodgers, where they go, "Hey, a guy hits home run in a couple of days. Now let's go with the hot hand." Usually they don't go with the hot hand. It's just, that was the weirdest thing. They go with the hot hand with the players that they like, and Taylor's obviously well liked by everybody in that organization. And, he needs some shots. And, hey, Dodgers are right up there right now, 12-11. It's going to be a battle all year. That's okay. We need to battle. None of this, I'd like to win it by 20 games, but that doesn't work. The optimal is after like 2020, where they battled until the last week with the Padres, and then they put them away and ended up winning by a few games. But they were, they had a week. They had to play competitively for that whole time. Then they had a week to get their pitching in order. And so that's what I'd like to see. battled, and win it, but not late like they had to battle the Giants. So that last game of the season, and then that weekend they lost Clayton Kershaw and Max Muncy, and with that they lost the World Series just by that, because when Kersh went down, that was a domino thing. That meant that when Scherzer couldn't go, or things went south, or Scherzer went and closed a game, that was self-inflicted by the Dodgers. They didn't need to put Julio out that early. That made them have to move, screw around with Walker Buehler. They wrecked him, and he wouldn't have been healthy for the. He wouldn't have been any good for the the World Series. And so to be honest, I don't think Dodgers win World Series without Walker Buehler unless they can find another Walker Buehler. There is no one like that guy. At least 2019 or 2018 through 2020 Walker Buehler. Need that guy back. Hopefully 2024 we get him. Okay. Lots of great discussion. Thank you. I really appreciate all the input today. Good show. Guess everyone, one of my better attended shows with the off day and everything. Appreciate y'all. We'll be hopefully back at it tomorrow night. We'll see. I might have to work a lot tomorrow, so we'll see. But go Dodgers. And again, thank you very much. Again, prayers for the Phillips, the Gratteralls, and the Muncies as L babies come. Thanks. All right. Bye-bye.